Hello, and welcome to another edition of Junkyard Hack. Today what I'm going to go over is what you get when you get a car from the junkyard, or potentially a car from the junkyard. I'm going to go over my 1960 Chevy Biscayne that I bought from CTC Auto in Denton, Texas. And some of the things that I didn't realize that I should have realized, but some of the things that you have to deal with. And if you're building a car, just a few little things that are kind of irritating, but just some things. Let's first start off with the front here. As you see, it's missing some trim, which is no big deal. But if you try to get these trim pieces online, they add up. I've gotten all these trim parts. I haven't installed them all. I have a Betzel for that one light there that's missing one, and I have the trim pieces for the fenders, the front fenders. But these pieces can add up, so just a word of the wise. I don't know how much you care about the aesthetics of the vehicle, but I kind of like the complete look of a vehicle, even if it's hashed. I'd rather have the trim there than not there. Anyway, let me open the hood. We'll go a little farther. Okay, as you see, this car has a carburetor on it. This carburetor is from a 1961 Comet. It's from the other car, the Comet over here, that I pulled out of a yard in Pasadena, Maryland, and rescued from the crusher. Anyway, this is a used carburetor that I cleaned up. Did not rebuild it, just basically gave it a quick cleanup and put it on the shelf in my garage and kept it for, I don't know why I kept it, but I'm glad I did, because I modified it to fit on this manifold here. When I say I modified it, it means I cut the ear off of that, and if you also notice, there's a crack in that little plastic the plastic spacer there, and there's going to be a lot of vacuum leak out of there. I have that plastic spacer and a proper carburetor coming for this car, but in the meantime, just to get it running, I was able to use this carburetor here. Now this car didn't come with a carburetor, and the carburetor for this car was about $189, $200. So you got money there. So if you notice here, this is the steering shaft is loose, because all that piece there is missing. It's the seal and brace. It's all missing. Also the linkage for the you see here, this is the linkage for the shifter. It's the first and what's that? First and reverse. And this here is the second and third. Now, this piece had this on it, and this is a piece to attach it to the linkage. And I was missing the other one, but I found it in the car. But nevertheless, it's still missing a couple pieces to it to clamp it, actually. So I had to buy them and get them, and they were like a couple of bucks a piece, so it's no big deal. But still, little things like this add up. So everything else with the engine was relatively here, but also you find the fenders, I don't know if you can see this or not, are missing bolts. Bolts are loose. I don't know why, but they are. And so I have to get fender bolts and secure everything up, because there's a lot of loose hardware here. Now, obviously it didn't come with an interior at all. No seats, no nothing. Steering wheel's loose because of a brace. And also, you notice the clutch pedal way up there because it's missing a brace piece that I had to buy. It's supposed to be down here like this, braced against the a piece up there, and that attaches a rod. If you see that rod, that attaches to the rod. That was completely missing. I had to buy that. Now, where the vice grip is, it's missing a crank, window crank. All the glass is here, missing a speedometer. So, naturally, no keys, no title, bill of sale only. Yeah, just FYI, the car was white before. Somebody decided to paint it red or a reddish color, orange or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, these are, oh, that's another thing too, I forgot. There's no key, ignition switch in there, and it's a radio delete car, so it's not missing a radio. It never had one in the first place. But anyway, I got a universal, you see there, that package there. I got a universal key switch. I'm going to wind up probably rewiring the whole ignition system, key ignition system, and eventually everything else. The wires on this thing are kind of roasted. But yeah, that's what happens when you get a junkyard car. It might have been picked over, and some pretty hard to find pieces are gone. The hardest to find pieces of all are these wingtips trim pieces. I have looked and looked and looked high and low, and I could not find these. And they are not cheap when they're new. People charge whatever they want. They could charge up to $600 for a pair of them, and because they're not available, somebody's going to pay it. Not me. It's not worth it to me, so it is what it is. But anyway, I just wanted to go a quick video over this car and what it needs, what it's going to need, just to get it running and driving, and where I'm at. So, all right, that wraps up this video. Last video I had the engine running. As you see, the oil spilled all over the place. I just did an oil change on it. Funny thing is, this car does not have an oil filter, and I believe at one time it was an aftermarket one available that clamped onto the intake manifold, and it basically filtered about 25% of the oil going through here or something, I don't know, but it wasn't very efficient. It just, it is what it is. In any case, that wraps up this video. We're going to close out now. It's Saturday morning. I'm going to get ready, and I have my grandson over. We're going to pack up and go to the beach and have a picnic lunch along the way and enjoy the day. Maybe tomorrow or Monday I'll get back to wrenching because I have off on Monday. So, all right, that's it. Take care. Have a good one, and God bless. Bye-bye.